What's good? What's good? This your boy DJ Cree, back with another video, man. I hate to say it, your girl Candace Owens, Lamont Hill, and Piers Morgan went head to head on the Piers Morgan show, and I'm sorry to say, man, Candace Owens be on fire, man. I need y'all to stop debating with Candace Owens, unless you're gonna come with something more than just race baiting. But I love Lamont Hill, but hey, man, y'all check this out, man. This shit gets crazy. Here we go.
Good to have you back on Uncensored. P. Diddy, this seems like every day the scandal gets bigger and worse for him.
Yeah, it certainly does. And I'm not surprised whatsoever. I mean, I think I was on your show before he got arrested, and I brought up what was going on with him, and because I had read through the lawsuit, and it was just one of those things that was unavoidable because there was so much evidence. I mean, there was picture documentation, there was video documentation. And I also want to be clear that the press and the media and the public at large is shocked by what's happening, but we really are just getting to the beginning of everything. There are a lot of people who have been named that have not been scratching the surface of this scandal. There are some more big names that are going to have to answer for it. And I think also the silence of certain individuals like LeBron James is quite deafening. A person who claims to care so much about Black life, you know, Black Lives Matter, on the ground, taking a kneel. Okay, that's fine. But now you have a friend of yours who has been on camera beating a Black woman. Okay, you said nothing when that happened. You also know that you have various Black people speaking out about how they were abused by him, and you have said nothing.
And I certainly believe with P. Diddy that there were a lot of people that were going to these freak-off parties and so on who must have known for many, many years that all this stuff was going on. That's the parallel I'm drawing.
No, I understand the parallel you're drawing. The idea that I'm disputing is just the idea that everyone knew, or that
I don't mean everybody.
Everyone
I mean, look, I just think a lot of people must have known.
Of course. We're not in disagreement about a few things. First, everything that Diddy has been accused of is despicable and indefensible, and I hope that he is held accountable in all the ways that are fair and just and reasonable. There are, I mean, who knows how many victims? You know, there are lots of allegations. I have no doubt that lots of the allegations are true. And as Candace said, I have no doubt that lots of people have known for a long time. And people are getting hurt. People are getting harmed. But as long as it's the old boys network, we don't care. And Diddy became one of the old boys network. The old boys network isn't just old white men. It also includes powerful, rich Black men. Not in the same way, but certainly people like Diddy are in that mix. I don't disagree with that. I'm very uncomfortable throwing LeBron James's name out there as someone who knew something or has some
well, no, I think,
conspiratorial
to be fair, yeah, but on that, I feel like
Candace
was quite careful how she worded that. She didn't say that he knew. She just said he's been deafening by his silence, which he has. He's been very vocal about a lot of other issues involving the Black community in America. Why is he so silent? Just because it happens to be somebody he used to party with? It's just interesting.
It is interesting, but I want to caution the audience not to jump to any conclusions about why LeBron hasn't.
To be honest with you, Lamont Hill never should have started with the race thing. You know what I'm saying? As much stuff as you can talk about and defend Diddy on, if you're going to go that route, or defend Black people on, you know, doing the race thing, you're just gonna put yourself in a box and everybody's gonna gang up on you, which Piers and Candace Owens did. You know, I respect Lamont Hill, but you gotta do better. Like, Candace Owens knows how to put her words together. The thing I don't like with Candace Owens is bringing LeBron's name into it. And yeah, like, pretty much all the celebrities, the Black celebrities right now, are quiet because they want to see more evidence. Being accused of something doesn't mean that you did it. You know, I think everybody spoke out against the Cassie video. But at the same time, bro, y'all have to understand that Black people don't like to get in people's business. We always in people business until it gets real. We be like, hey, yo, let me back up. Let me see what's going on before you speak out. And then if you're close to that person, you have done business or things like that, then, you're quiet for a longer time. And I don't know why Lamont Hill he just didn't say that. Like, hey, these people were cool at one time. These are allegations. We need more evidence to come out, And if we have business ventures, we're going to be quiet and we're not going to say much because we have to make sure our business ends is tied up. And LeBron James is a big star. He's a big star. So he has obligations to people, and he may not speak out against some of the other things that they have going on. It just is what it is. But y'all check out this next clip.
Diddy is very interesting in that for the last 30 years, he has taken pictures and partied and hung out with everyone. Yes, he's hung out with politicians, but I guarantee you a lot of them politicians, I ain't saying all of them, but a lot of them politicians had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. When you go to a Diddy party, there's levels to the Diddy party. Yeah. There's the Diddy party at the club. There's the Diddy party at his house. Then there's the after party. Then there's the after party, right? I haven't been to any of those after parties or after parties, or or any of those parties, in fact. So I'm just speaking as a researcher here and as a journalist.
Take somebody like John Legend, right, who decided to rewrite the lyrics to "Baby It's Cold Outside" because it endorsed sexual misconduct, which obviously was completely preposterous. It's one of the most innocent, flirtatious videos ever made. What has John Legend said about P. Diddy? He was enraged by a 1950s video of harmless flirtation, so much so he rewrote the lyrics, Candace, but he's not enraged enough by what he's reading about P. Diddy, someone he knows well, to make any comment that I've seen so far.
Right. And that is the reason why people can't stand the Hollywood types, and rightfully so. I mean, John Legend has always been a walking contradiction. He speaks often, oh, yes, the bullying of this cute Christmas song, but everybody loves, and I'm still going to play the original lyrics forever. But his wife is sliding into the DMs notoriously of teenagers and telling them they should kill themselves. And I
just want to read to you what John Legend actually said in response to this. And he said it months and months ago. He said, I was horrified by the descriptions that I read before the video evidence came out, meaning he believed Cassie even before the video. He then said, and absolutely it's something that needs to be brought to light when it happens. He said, my default stance is to believe women when they make these accusations and to make sure that we do whatever we can to support women. We're on international television castigating John Legend for not doing the very thing that he actually did. Then all I had to do was type John Legend Diddy and it came up first.
Now, I will give Lamont Hill some credit for sticking up for John Legend, because they were absolutely wrong on that. They were absolutely wrong. They were 100% wrong. And Lamont Hill does do his research as a journalist. But again, when you start doing a race thing, you put yourself in a box, and the host will badger you. And to also give Lamont Hill some credit, Piers Morgan was interrupting him a lot. I mean, Piers Morgan was literally taking Candace's words, or at least trying to explain what Candace Owens was saying. Let Candace Owens say that. Why are you talking and speaking up for her? Y'all check out this next clip.
When she said LeBron James has spoken out for the black community, right? And historically, but isn't saying anything here. That was the first time that race was mentioned. My invocation of race was in response to that. And as you conceded just a moment ago, when you disagreed with me, you were saying that you weren't asking you were saying that there's a relatively lower response from the black community on this issue than prior issues.
Not black community.
Again, my invocation of race.
Not black community. High-profile celebrity.
Black celebrity. Fair enough.
It's a much smaller part of the community.
I agree with you, but the fundamental point here is when I said I'm introducing race, it was to respond to a claim that was already racialized around LeBron James 5 to 10 minutes prior. Now, to actually address the issue that I was responding to, because I didn't introduce race into the conversation, the idea here for me is when Harvey Weinstein does something, Hollywood has to respond.
The slight flaw is that Candace actually said LeBron and Ashton Kutcher. And last time I checked, Ashton Kutcher, and this may not be the case, but I believe he still identifies as a white guy.
Last I checked, you're not Candace Owens. Last I checked, you're not Candace Owens. I'm criticizing you right now, Piers, not Candace Owens. So you can't say, well, Candace said it. Y'all not a buddy comedy here. I'm critiquing your approach and coverage of this conversation.
Right.
And you can't say, well, Candace said it. I didn't disagree with Candace. I disagree with you on that particular point.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a little beat.
I do want to say.
What are you talking about? Well, Candace said it.
You can't say.
Candace?
I don't think you could say, I would like to introduce race, and then 30 seconds later say, I did not introduce race. I mean, the records will show you definitely introduced race. And I brought up LeBron James, and for a very specific reason, because he was quite literally at the parties and because he's used his platform to speak out on Black victimization, not because he was Black. I was pointing out the astounding hypocrisy. I didn't say, let's talk about LeBron James because he's a Black man. I mean, I would have brought up tons of other Black people and said, where are their voices? But it wouldn't have made sense because they don't hang out with him and they don't use their platforms. And I did bring up Ashton Kutcher as well, and very many other celebrities. I'm pretty sure Chrissy Teigen is not Black; she's Asian. So I'm completely confused, completely lost at what point you were trying to make there. I do think that you do tend to see things through the vein of race, because when people are just making a sound point about why it is that there is some interest in LeBron James' silence right now. And I think he should speak out because he had a friendship there and because he purports that he cares so much about Black victimization, and there was a long list of Black victims.
Right, and Mark,
I think it's very sound. Mark, you can disagree with it.
Yeah. And Mark.
Okay, first of all, Piers, again, you just said I'm bringing in the race card when the question you asked me was, should Obama be telling people to vote for people because they're Black?
I said Obama played the race card, not you. I said Obama did.
Oh, then I misheard you. I apologize. I misheard you.
Things got so deep, they even got Lord Jamar on here. But I will say this, man. Lord Jamar is a smart dude. But, again, I think people are just starting to realize you could be clickbait. You could say whatever and get money because you have an alternate opinion. And I will say this also. I'm not mad at Black men having their own opinions. You know, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you are, I am not mad at you having your own opinions. But be careful. Just know this one thing. If you're a prominent Black person helping shift and move policies around, the policy that you're choosing or that you're picking may not affect you. It may affect you in a positive way, but for the regular general population, it may affect you in the wrong way. I mean, it may affect them in the wrong way. So y'all just be aware, you know what I'm saying? Whoever you vote for, be aware that these policies that these people, Republican, Democrats, whoever, they're trying to get done, can hurt not your family maybe, but your homie's family. It might affect your great grandmama, your grandma. It might affect your uncle, your auntie, your little cousins. It may affect your close friends. So y'all just be careful about the way these policies are structured and the people they affect. If you make a certain amount of money, sometimes not much affect you other than taxes. But y'all just be careful and be thoughtful about the people in America and the people that help this country run. I will say that. So I ain't got no problem with y'all voting for whoever y'all vote for, but be mindful that you can hurt people without even lifting the finger.
Lastly, Jamar, for somebody who is a 5%er who believes that, and I respect your belief, but to believe that the Black man is the Asiatic Black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of the civilization, the God of the universe, who came from North America by himself from Saudi Arabia, you believe that person is Black, but somebody who went to Howard ain't? Come on, bruh.
Okay, I'm going to leave the final word to Candace before we have to end. Candace, what's going to happen on November the 5th?
Well, since
3 weeks away.
switching is normal. Since code switching is normal in the Black community, Piers, I'm going to speak to you like this because this would be totally normal if I put on a UK accent. And it's been lovely
I know where you get that from because you're married to a Brit.
Thank you so much thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to run for president and just put on a different accent every time I speak to someone else.
This is
That's a
cruel.
perfect way to end it. Lord Jamar, Marc Lamont Hill, and Candace Owens, thank you all very much indeed. I appreciate it.
At the end of the day, I don't agree with Candace Owens a lot of the time, but she is a beast. She is a beast. I always respect people who do their thing and do it well. Candace Owens does her thing well. You know, that's the biggest thing I can say. She does her thing well, and y'all have to like be smarter than that, yo. Be smarter than that. Lamont Hill, I got a lot of respect for you, bro, but be careful, man, when you out here doing the race bait thing, because it's hard to get a substantial point off, because white people are going to get emotional, and the people who, you know, champion white people are going to get emotional, and they're going to cut you off. They're going to act real stupid. So make sure everything you say is poignant. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you can get your point across about racism without even saying it's about racism. You know, and to everybody else that's watching and listening, man, I really think, you know, overall, have your own opinions, do your own research. Whatever you choose is whatever you choose. But again, my ending statement always, man, you might be affecting somebody else that's close to you or a generation down the line. Y'all just be mindful of that. But what y'all think about this interview, man? Lamont Hill, please don't do this again. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. More content is on the way. Peace.